first play is a drama written by me. Just worked out that way. It takes us to the eastern woodlands of the early 1800s, which is the home of Carolina Parakeet, played by Paige Copenhagen. Waiting there is William Haynes, played by Nick Newman, and he's been assigned to interview John James Audubon, played by Victor Gallo. Directed by Regina McLeod, this is The Fine Art of Extinction.
You are a lovely one, ma chérie. Huh? Oh, and still so warm.
Mr. Audubon?
No, that won't do. Shall we try come, Sissy. Now, petit ajustement here.
Mr. Audubon, may I ask what you're doing?
Very bold. So much more spirited this way, no?
I'm not sure I understand.
This is how art begins, Mr. Haynes. You should consider yourself fortunate. Few are privileged to witness the genesis of a masterpiece.
You don't say.
The artful manipulation of a freshly killed body is but the first step of my creative process. You must include that in your article.
It was my understanding that art drew from inspiration.
A common misperception. Would you pass me that cloth?
Cloth?
Yeah, over there. I must wipe away the blood before it dries. Nothing to stain her brilliant plumage.
I thought I was here to learn what inspires your art, Mr. Audubon. The inspiration of one John James Audubon, the French-born painter of birds.
All of life inspires me. But painting is as much a science as an art. And like science, a calculated series of steps is required in order to achieve a desired outcome. Inspiration plays little part of it. And so, voila.
You are satisfied?
More than satisfied. Yeah, wait.
Will you commence drawing?
Oh, no. There is a sequence, remember? Observe this next step. Mr. Haynes, I dare say you have not seen anything like it.
You've been full of surprises all day.
This is when I use this, how do you say?
Hammer?
Yes, the hammer. Merci bien. It is as necessary to me as my paints and brushes. I must fix the pose, you see?
Where am I?
So you hammer right through the,
Yes, the curve of the wing, the tarsal articulation, the angle, the beak and the tongue.
What is happening to me?
Every aspect of the subject's posture must be immovably set.
regarding this board you're using to mount the carcass, is it your own invention?
Yes. Before me, every ornithologist used taxidermied specimens to draw from. And following their lead, I began that way, but the results displeased me.
Where's my flock?
Birds, you understand, be they on the wing or the branch, are masters of movement. I sought to capture this essence in my early works, but the old methods hindered me. An animal stuffed with sawdust is but a statue, you see. And more than anything, I wanted the living bird. And so I devised this apparatus to...
The living bird, Mr. Audubon, yet you shoot and kill them in such prodigious numbers.
You have pinpointed unavoidable paradox of my work, Mr. Haynes. In order to bring life to my subjects, I must slay the members of the feathered flock by the thousands. Nay, by the tens of thousands, if truth be told.
Why has it gotten so dark?
How exactly does the board aid your delineations, as you call them?
Oh, the board is everything. Before it, my depictions were as lifeless as the unfortunate specimens I drew from. One could not look at those stiff bodies and imagine them soaring from the paper into the skies. That was the illusion I desperately wished to achieve.
The wind. Why won't it lift me?
And then, in 1805, I had an epiphany. By using nails and pins and sometimes wire, I discovered that I could mount freshly killed individuals onto boards of soft wood. By this ingenious method, my beauties live once more. They spread their wings in flight, open their throats in song.
But the bizarre postures you fix them in, surely these issue from your own imagination.
My critics complain that my postures are eccentric, unnatural. But none have spent their entire life in the wild, as I have, studying animals as intently as I have. I assure you, Mr. Haynes, that every pose, every tableau I recreate is from nature herself. And if my paintings please the eye and delight the mind as I'm told they are, it's merely because they are exact replicas of nature herself, from God's hand alone. As you soon shall see.
I don't understand.
You are not a good friend of nature, are you, Mr. Haynes?
It's that obvious, is it?
I'm a trained observer, and I see that your hands are molded to hold an ink pen rather than a plow or rifle.
Well, then you've observed well. I was born to be a writer, I admit. Not a frontiersman, just as I'm sure you believe you were born to be an artist.
An artist and frontiersman both. Did you know that as a child in France, I followed with enthusiasm the exploits of your Daniel Boone? Oh, I longed to be a true denizen of the forests, as was he.
I can't see the trees. Where did they go?
It's rumored you once wore buckskins.
I won't deny it. Soon after landing in America, I traded my civilized attire for a buckskin suit and plunged headlong into my new untamed home. Every creature I met left me wholly fascinated, but none so much as the wondrous birds. Each species with its own unique melody and mannerism and costume that varies with the season. Birds did not exist. I believe I would have had to dream them into being.
And would you have dreamt up this gaudy fellow?
Where is my etiquette? Mr. Haynes, may I introduce you to a fine female specimen of the Carolina parakeets? The only parrot native to these United States. Madame Parakeet, meet Mr. William Haynes, writer for the Covington Ledger.
I must be dreaming.
Quite colorful. An uncommon bird, is it?
No, entirely common, though less plentiful than when I began my wild ramblings, as are many of your native fauna.
Oh, it doesn't feel like a dream.
And your interest in the Carolina parrot is?
Same interest I have for all the avian race. To share them through my paintings with the world. To bestow to history their manifold charms and attributes.
Do you truly find these animals so beguiling?
Yes. Look here. When I pull back this membrane, see how shiny her eye is? How it gleams? She seems to gaze back at me, ready to engage me in conversation.
Why does my voice sound so strange?
Conversation? What do you imagine this unfortunate fowl would have to say?
Oh, you scoff, but I feel certain she would tell me. Merci, Monsieur Audubon. Thank you for making me your model. Through your artistry, I shall live forever.
It's time to feed my children.
You don't say.
Their cries pierce the air.
Mock me if you wish. I believe history will take my
Please, I meant no offense. The way you've drawn it, she does appear to be on the verge, if not of speech, then certainly flat.
I must go to them now.
You see, huh? It is from the manner in which I have stretched and pinned her neck and spread her coverts shaft by shaft.
My wings are so heavy.
Now you have the color?
Oh, no, not here. Now that the pencil sketch is done, I'll take the bird and paint in my studio. I must complete my initial study within a day's time, for after 24 hours, the brilliance of the plumage fades.
I see.
The light is dimming faster.
Mr. Haynes, if your editor will allow, I will display this finished portrait in the newspaper office. I'm sure the Ledger's readers would appreciate seeing in full color what your article has described in printer's ink.
Well, I'm sure that could be arranged.
Formidable. And perhaps some of your readers will become subscribers.
Subscribers?
To my bird series. It will be the finest collection of birds ever produced. All the birds of America, seen by me, painted by me, using my singular technique.
You are not short of ambition, Mr. Audubon.
It is not strictly ambition, but also prudence. The wilderness of Daniel Boone's time is dwindling rapidly, and the citizens of wilderness with it. To complete my vision, I must harvest my subjects while I can. Shall I retrieve the horses while you complete your notes?
Yes, thank you. You're very considerate. Good Lord. Man is delusional. I dare say Carolina parakeets will be filling the skies long after John James Audubon is long dead and forgotten. Waste of an afternoon.
Oh, blowing breeze, I long to fly you away to treetops swaying. Oh, blowing breeze and in the sky blue, away, I'm far away from a home I'll never return to.
What was that, Mr. Audubon?
Family flock, I long to see you away in treetops swaying. Oh, family flock, where are we gone to? Away, we're far away from a home we'll never return to. Away, we're far away from a home we'll never return to.
Enjoying the sunset from their suburban front porch are a wife and husband, Sue and Marco, played by Elizabeth Michaels and John D'Amato, directed by Kayla Hager, and written by Richard M. Trask. Let's meet the Lake Ness monster.
Honey, do you think we're kind of in a rut?
How do you mean?
A rut, you know, like a trench. half buried, half dead?
Well, there's different kinds of ruts. Maybe some ruts go someplace nice, like a well-traveled road to a garden of delights.
A rut itself could be a furrow of delight. See, we could rut like bighorn sheep or something.
I'm sure you can supply plenty of horniness for that.
Sex. A source of life itself. A way we can defy death.
Sounds like a plan. We can work on it. Whenever the opportunity arises or inspiration strikes out of the blue.
Speaking of blue, why don't we stroll over by the lake and savor the sapphire sky and its cobalt reflection, aka pond.
Oh, honey, do you see that huge dead fish on the shore there? Would you take care of it, please?
I suppose that means get rid of it and not mount it on a plaque?
Ugh. That's the grossest recently alive fish I've ever seen. 2 feet long, pudgy, but not puppy yet.
Not pretty. Not like the nice pictures of fish in books. Just a big, long, bulky, fishy fish.
Ooh, it's starting to reek. Belly up. Quite unattractive.
Better get a shovel. Our big one.
Oh, let's see. Okay, this might be a commodious area for Mr. Fish.
Or Ms. Fish. It's hard to tell what's what and who's who.
Very anonymous, and fish don't flaunt their gender.
Who knows? They might have just as much fun as anyone.
Except us, of course. I'm sure we could have more fun. But back to work for the moment. Disappearing act.
Nice and quick and dirty.
No tears for me. I just want to get it done with. No elaborate, I don't know, ritual or requiem. Ugh, what a beast! Must weigh 5 to 10 pounds.
In pace requiescat. Rest in peace.
I'm glad that's over. I'd say that fish isn't kind of a rut. Sort of a rut.
Staring eyes, ugly face, enough to give you nightmares for a while.
Speaking of nighttime, let's party. We have to celebrate our triumph over that fish with some merriment. A romp of our own in pleasant dreams.
Right, no nightmares. Let's turn in and, turn on. That was quite a night. Romp and rest and ready for the next. So, shall we see how our fish spent the night by contrast? I'd like to see how our awesome grave is holding up. Make sure it's intact.
You want to admire our handiwork? I thought we'd said a last goodbye.
No nightmares, but somehow that little monster gave me a creepy feeling.
Oh, I know what you mean. I hate being stared at. Especially by something dead.
Oh, do you think we should have had it cremated? A quasi-religious ceremony? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Extinguish those leery eyes?
For sure I ain't gonna build no tomb. No fiery furnace, no funeral pyre. Out of sight, out of mind, let it rot away.
Well, how long do you think it will take to rot away?
I don't know, a few weeks, months, probably less than a year.
Well, it can't be soon enough for me. I wish it would just vanish.
Well, why don't we go see a homely little trench grave, and then rest assured that all is calm. Exorcise the demon from our memory once and for all.
Okay, let's take a look.
Let's see. Huh. That's funny. The trench has sunken in. What happened?
Well, maybe we better get a shovel and check it out here.
All right. Here goes. Where is that dang thing?
Well, keep going. It's got to be there somewhere.
I just clanked something.
Clanked?
Yeah, something hard and kind of round.
Like what?
It's a skull.
A skull! Yikes!
Like a fish skull.
Well, what the hell?
Ooh, something else. Bugs. Maggots crawling all over.
Yuck!
Would you believe? They ate the fish. It's gone.
I can't believe they ate that whole thing.
I can't believe they ate that whole thing.
Oh,
I can't believe they ate that whole thing. A clean sweep. Nature's garbage disposal. The way of all flesh and fish.
All very neat, except for one thing.
What's that?
Well, instead of one monster at the lake, now we have 1,000,000 monsters, very creepy crawling.
Sounds like another nightmare scenario coming on. We'll have to do something about that.
I think I know what you're thinking.
Enough food for thought. Let's do it. And then, rest assured, another rest in peace alive for one night more.
And then, of course, another and another.
All pleasant dreams, forever and a day.
Our third play takes us to another present-day home, this one belonging to the in-laws of a young, unemployed husband, Kadeem Jacobs, who lives there with his wife, Rochelle, and their baby daughter. As portrayed by Wesley McAdams and Joy James, written by Alfreda Marshburn, and under the direction of Regina McLeod, this is Even Me.
I heard it too. She's a loser. Nobody's going to hire her. She's not reliable. She was just looking for an excuse to start that drinking again. The best thing they can do for that baby is give her up for adoption. Our condition, it's killing me too. 7 years with that company. I was the best they had out there. As soon as I get myself a wife and a kid, they decide, last hired, first fired. And here we are, back at your mom's house. And you, with your lemonade out of lemon self, you managed our last fund so good that we had enough left to fix up this room. It's all serene, as you would say it. Candles, up high so Brianna can't reach and try to eat them. The table plant, nice pictures on the wall. Not my style, but you made it so homey. I haven't slept that good in a long time. Brianna could smell the scent from the oils and candles you bought. And she was sleeping good. She was happy too. I would never get up early enough for us to make church, so you were forever turning on TV and we all went to Bedside Baptist. Even when it looks like nothing, you could pull something out of somewhere and bring joy to the situation. Then, time. the struggle kicked in, and between the two of us, gave you a 1, 2, 3. And after that loud cry in the bathroom, you settled. You had so much drive, a fearlessness. And 3 doors slammed later, you decided to believe the wrong voices. A few bill collector calls, a few negative speculations from others around you who can't see the totality of you that I've always seen. Even then, you thought you'd find your message in the bottle. Remember what you told me when we first met that April? Your words of faith and encouragement were the best birthday gift I ever could have received. It was like something else, someone else was speaking through you. It hit me right here. 2 months later, I called my folks and told them I married her. So it's like you hit E and broke down and tried to refuel with gin. Where are you? Where are you? So you're a pitiful, hopeless drunk who can't find a job or be a decent mother. Well, I'm reminding you of the same thing in Genesis that you showed me when my family was being shit to me. The same thing God asked Adam when he was hiding. Who told you that? A bunch of serpents. Who told you you were naked? Who said you were alone? Oh, baby girl, I'm right here with you. I got you covered.
Written in verse and directed by Rosemary Harrington, our next play takes us to a different time and place. We're at a train station in Nazi Germany, where Greta, played by Brandy Lowry, is about to meet Rena, played by Diana Kyle. Joshua Drew is a German guard, and Nick Newman, a Canadian soldier, in the wedding dress.
Reichsminister Dr. Goebbels und der Führer. Die Reden werden umrahmt von Chören der Berliner Hitlerjugend.
Is this where we wait for the train?
To nowhere? Have you seen how they herd us onto those cattle cars?
I feel a chill.
I'm Greta Coulson. We with the gold stars. I feel nauseous, sick, ill. How dare they subtract our humanity with their indifference and vanity? Are you alone?
I'm Rena. My choice. My daughter and her family left months ago bound for Rochester, New York. We have relatives there with whom we shared an uncle, long passed away. But they offered my family work, good pay, even an apartment rent-free to stay. Are you alone?
Yes.
I'm stubborn like my mother. Cannot forsake Germany for another. This is the place of my birth, my homeland of invaluable wars.
Not much value these days. This country is in a frightening phase of its history.
The people will see reason, mark my words. It is spring, March, the season of renewal. They will find their hearts are not made of winter's chill. I know there are law-abiding citizens still in this our country.
This is not our land. What are you carrying in that case?
Oh, I must confess, a wedding dress, a family heirloom passed down from mother to daughter.
Rumor has it that they murdered Jews.
Oh, no, no. That would never happen. A train ride to the country to keep us safe.
Walked away. Work, 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 that is all that is left until our death. In gas chambers of eternal sleep, mothers for their sons and daughters weep no more.
No, that can't be so. People could not be that cruel.
Only to eat a bowl of gruel day in, day out.
I refuse to listen to your jabbering. When the war is over, we will be let go. I will see my granddaughter grown. She will wear this gown. Why do you frown?
Should I smile like a clown?
Don't. He might see. Think unkindly of thee.
Oh, think unkindly of me. They won't relent their evil spent collecting Jews to fill their extermination bill.
You are so young to be full of gloom.
You can't smell the sickening odor of doom? When we arrive, they strip us bare, young, old, they don't care, striped pajamas to wear. Check your teeth, shave your head, work until you're dead.
No.
Crammed threefold in a stinking hut, unless you make the cut.
No. No, I'm not listening to this.
Or you rot in an oven of sleep. Herded, naked, sheared sheep.
Stop. Stop. I don't want to know. This is all conjecture and woe. Just you wait and see.
Greta Coulson? Rena Newberg?
Yes, that's me and she.
Get in line to board the train.
I'm afraid.
We'll be fine.
Get a move on, old lady. I just follow orders. No strays or marauders. Get on down. Follow that one with the funny hat. Hey, you there! You can't wear that!
Don't throw rocks! I see the man you mean. I will tell him yarmulkes are not to be seen worn on the head.
You tell him or he will be a dead man.
I will follow him to the boxcar, carriage.
And in that, open.
For my granddaughter's marriage.
Well, that's a first. My novel. Be on your way. 2 pigs to the hovel. Auschwitz.
What did you call?
You must hold your tongue or you will be undone. Follow me. Keep close. Do not be morose. It is what they want. Your spirit is young, full of fire.
Wait!
Keep your mouth closed. What dire straits the guard will impose upon you.
Hurry along! Don't hold up the queue! There's 1,000 of Jews to be waiting! Be on your way!
You saw the wedding dress. If we get through this, no less. This gown I will you give to keep your mouth shut, so you may live.
Auschwitz was worse than our dread. We were handed clothes of the dead upon arrival, branded with a number, burned into skin. All our kin made to wear David's star. Escape? Impossible. Unable to stray far from the guards, the only way out was through the chimneys. Ovens burned, 12 bodies an hour. 36 crematoriums baking after the genocide shower. You do the math. The strong stayed alive. They cheat and connive death. Word is the war is almost over. For who? To Belsen we marched and marched and marched. Death stalked us walking corpses. We marched and marched. Rena and I refused to die. And promised her wedding dress. Housed in Belsen's women's camp when the liberators came, the commandant, that beast, showed no significant shame for his depravity. Rena hides in the hut, mute, still. Lost her will to live. I must find help for her distress concealed beside her wedding dress.
God. How could anyone be so cruel? These bodies as fuel and ashes scattered to fertilize fields. There aren't any words. It's shocked for words. Bodies stockpiled like cords of wood, mounds of shoes and clothes. Boxes stuffed with hair, dishonored without care.
Hey there.
Can I help? Ik ben hier.
Hurry, please come with me. You are a Jew sent to help and set us free?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I'm sorry. I must shake her to see if she's alive.
She is. We have walked day after day on meager rations. She's strong. I know what you must say. She always talks about her family in the United States, her daughter, who was spared this nightmare of slaughter.
What is this woman's name?
Rena Newberg.
Rena Newberg. Can you hear my voice? I'm with the 21st Army Group. I'm here to help you make a choice. There's bread, medics, soup. Rena, please look me in the eye. Talk to me. Ik ben hier. It's no use. I'll send for a stretcher to carry and fetch her. I'm so sorry.
I want to see my family. Can you contact my family in Rochester?
I will certainly try, Miss Newberg. Rena, here, take my hand. Let me help you stand.
This gown, my promise kept. And this is for you. Look.
Thank you. There will now be a short for part two. It's now the spring of 1951, and we're in the borough of Coriopolis, Pennsylvania, not far from Pittsburgh, in the big happy home of Myrtle and Herndon Boyd. also known as Aunt Myrtle and Uncle Bug. They are played by LaVey Robinson and Shawn Mitchell. Their two young nieces, Myrna and Margie, are portrayed by Katrina Hargrave and Joy James. Directed by Regina McLeod, written by Kim Adams, it's time for Jam Session.
Myrtle,
What is it, Herndon dear?
do we have any plans tonight?
I have a few hair appointments. Why?
I just got a call from Earl, Lena Horne's lead musician. They are booked for a couple of gigs downtown Pittsburgh, and they need a place to sleep.
Of course they can stay here.
Good, I'll call him. He'll be relieved to hear it. He sounded a little worried.
Oh, where are they playing?
I believe they booked at the new jazz club. I think it's called Crawford Grill over in the Hill District.
The Crawford Grill. I heard about it. Is Lena coming with them?
No, just her band. She's staying uptown with a relative.
Then I'll set up 3 bedrooms in the downstairs unit. What time are they scheduled to arrive?
Late tonight, I believe, after their first gig.
They'll do a jam session with you and the boys. It was nice the last time they were here.
I hope so. We'd love to jam with them a bit. I'll ask.
If he says no, then they'll have to find another place to sleep.
You a mean one. But that's why I love you. Mert, you love this old music as much as I do.
Breakfast smells good.
Girls, are you up yet?
Good morning, Uncle Bud. Margie, wake up. You go first.
Good morning, Uncle Bug. Oh, Myrna. Why do I always have to go first?
Ugh. Because you're the youngest, your bed is closest to the door, you take the longest getting dressed. Hurry, get going to the bedroom. You won't be late.
I'm still reeling about last night. Seeing our uncles play with Lena's band. Man, I didn't know they could play that good. Myrna, what are you wearing to school today?
I'm wearing my new blouse that Mama sent me. I see you looking at it, and we can share. You can wear it sometimes, but not today. Oh, Aunt Myrtle and Uncle Bug swing dancing. Did you know Aunt Myrtle was so limber?
No, I thought she was going to break. Oh, how about Uncle Johnny doing the Charleston? Did you see how fast his feet were moving? Oh, man. I hate to leave. Do we have to stay with Dad and Aunt Molly this week?
Yes. Come on. Those are the arrangements. At least we're able to see our father. I don't remember the last time we saw our mother.
But did you see Uncle Bug flip Aunt Myrtle over his back and pull her through his open legs?
Is that when you thought she was going to break?
Oh, and when Miss Lena showed up and sang, woo, boy, I could have listened to her sing Stormy Weather all night. Oh, I remember we saw the movie with Mom and Dad at the drive-in. I think she was right downstairs. I think she was right there in the parlor.
I remember. We were in our pajamas in the car. But it was with Uncle Bug and Aunt Myrtle.
No, Myrna, it was Mom and Dad. It was before they split up. That's when I first heard the song. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together.
I'm telling you, it was Aunt Myrtle and Uncle Bug. Remember? We were in the green convertible.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Mom and Dad. I keep swearing all the time.
And then she sang my song. Do I love you? I do. Honey, indeed I do.
Oh, Myrna, you're silly.
Who was that white guy, Miss Lee?
Oh, Myrna, you must be deaf. Aunt Myrtle said his name, I think it's Lenny. Anyway, that was her husband.
Oh, and Aunt Myrtle's friend, Miss Leela Walker. Yes. She was sure looking fancy. Yeah, she had on that long, beautiful satin dress, and those gloves that reached her elbows, and that white fox fur.
With the little fox faces on it. And all that jewelry. Oh, Uncle Manny's eyes lit up when she walked into the room. And they were slow dancing, the stormy weather. He was all into it. Oh. I think he's sweet on her.
Shoot. And I believe they're both single. And Uncle Manny is fine, and she's so pretty. I think she's lucky.
No, she's just a saleswoman. She comes by to sell products to Aunt Myrtle.
Hair products made especially for black women by her mama, Madam C.J. Walker. Plus, they live in Aliquippa, where all the wealthy folks live. Uncle Bug showed me her house when we were driving through there. It's huge, way bigger than this house. It's the house I'm gonna live in one day when I become a school teacher.
Well, I didn't know she was Miss Walker's daughter. She always looks so plain when she comes by. Well, I hope Uncle Manny lands her. Yeah, and I hope you get that house, because I'm going to live there too.
Weren't there some others who came? I left my spot for just a moment, and when I came back, there was a whole bunch of others sitting with me.
I think it was Vaughn, Blakey, and Stray something from the Pittsburgh jazz scene, Aunt Myrtle said. He played the drums when she sang wailing or crying or something.
Moaning, moaning, yes. I thought that was who he was when I heard him play the drums. Oh, my boyfriend loves Art Blakey. Oh, I wish he was here to see. He's not going to believe it.
Which boyfriend? You have 2 or 3?
I do not. Just Greenwich. I'm a one-man woman.
Anyway, then a bunch of folks came in from the Paramount Club down the street. But Aunt Myrtle said it was time for bed. But I could still hear Miss Lena sing. Ain't no sun up in the sky, stormy weather.
Oh.
It keeps raining all
Okay,
the time.
you can bust my eardrum.
Yes, you're beautiful. Morning, girls. Glad to see you getting up and ready for school after staying up so late. Do you need your hair pulled back?
No, I'm going to wear it down. Like Miss Lena's. Aunt Myrtle, you sure do have some fancy friends. Those women were beautiful in their furs and their diamonds, and the men were so dashing. I don't ever get to see colored people looking like that. The women are always wearing aprons and going off to clean someone's house, and the men are wearing overalls.
When have you ever seen Herndon wear overalls? I let you stay up late because it's important for you to see folks from all walks of life in that parlor last night. Folks making a living from music off their passion for music, playing jazz, singing rhythm and blues, making a contribution to music that may live on for decades. These folks love music like Herndon and I. I saw you watching from the top of the stairs. I spoke loudly as the folks came in. Were you able to hear?
Yeah, most of the time.
Aunt Myrtle, where did you and Uncle Bug learn how to jitterbug like that? When Bug and I first got married, we took lessons. We loved music, so we were always out dancing. We were also traveling musicians. Because of the Jim Crow laws, separate, not so equal. A lot of times we didn't have a place to stay because of the color of our skin. So we would sleep in our car.
Your car?
Yes. This was happening with many of our colored friends as they traveled the country. We happened to be in the South one night. While sleeping in our car, we were robbed at gunpoint. It was terrifying. We didn't trust going to the police, and we didn't know anyone. We had our car, so we just left. But that morning, we hugged each other and cried and prayed to God together, and then we made a pact with each other. What was the pact?
Find a large place to house traveling musicians and to teach children how to play instruments at no cost. A safe place. When we saw this place, we knew it was the answer to our prayer. It has allowed us to own our own businesses and fulfill our dream. This house,
Which is listed in the Green Book.
was a gift from God.
Yes. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a home. And you know, last night, it was a horn aplenty. And they were all great musicians. It was more than just a jam session.
What do you mean?
It was more like red beans and rice, collard greens, cornbread, and Miss Lena was sweet potato pie with vanilla ice cream.
All right, ladies, it's getting late. Let me see how fast y'all can jitterbug on out of here.
Aunt Myrtle, ain't nobody jitterbug as good as you.
Directed by Kayla Hager, written in a series of scenes by Joshua Drew, our next play takes place inside the fragile and fragmented mind of Jack, played by Jeremy Weir, with Joe Renton as his father Mark, Alan Crowell Jackson as his brother Jeremy, and Clifton Ballard as Dr. Sanders. This is Paranoia.
Things happened to me as a child. Bad things. Bad things happen to every child, right? I mean, every child gets bullied, every child gets beaten by their older sibling. Divorce, death, depression, I mean, things happen. Things which can have a profound effect on the learning mind. And it doesn't give them the right or the excuse to then pass on that abuse onto others, or to speak to a modern audience, to shoot up innocence, you know, but the change in the chemical brain stays with you for the rest of your life. I mean, there may be sorries, and the abuse may stop, but you can't grab a plate, break it, say sorry, and then what? Automatically the plate fixes itself? No, you can say all the sorries in the world until the end of time, and it does nothing. damage is done. And that's where this story is supposed to begin. A young adult with trauma, living with his past abusers. But it's in the past, so I should get over it. And hey, I'm an adult. If I really don't like it, I can leave. As we all know, young adults can afford to live on their own nowadays, right? So, here I am, my home. House, rather. I don't think I've ever had a home. Hey, Dad, you see my keys?
What? You lost them again, Jack?
Right, Dad. Sorry for asking. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy!
What do you want?
See my keys?
The fuck would I know your keys are?
Hey, sorry for asking. Dipshit. Weird things like that suddenly started happening more frequently. I don't know, maybe I really lose them. Hey guys.
Hey.
So, my keys? Too bad.
You ever get the feeling that people smile at you, right? But they're not really smiling. They act passive-aggressive towards you because they don't like certain things that you do, but you continually do the things that they don't like because they don't let you know offhand. Like, that's not just me, is it? I'm not alone, am I? Here. Hey, Dad, you mind if I borrow your car?
Sure, Jack.
And if you call them out on their passive aggression, they get regular aggressive.
What'd you say to me?
I just don't understand why you have to give me that look, is all.
Are you disrespecting
No,
me?
I'm not. I just don't understand why you're looking at me that way.
I don't know what you're talking about. If anything, there's something in my eye.
Okay, Dad. I'm sorry.
I swear to Christ, this kid. He's such a little pansy boy. I'm sick of him.
Why don't you just kick him out then? He's ungrateful. You just gave him your keys.
I don't want to give up on my children. Besides, he can't survive alone out there. He can't afford it. I still care.
He's just a mooch.
Why are you guys saying those things about me? I don't understand why you think of me this way. I mean, I try hard. I'm not lazy. I just get depressed, but I try, though. I really do.
Just calm down,
You're
Jack.
sick in the head.
Well, beating and torturing your younger brother is the result of a healthy brain then, huh? And you, why do you allow it? Huh? Why do you talk trash about me behind my back? I don't understand what I do that's so wrong.
Just listen here, Jack.
No, I'm done listening.
Hey, it's in the past. Let it go. You gotta learn to live your life. You can't just live in the past.
The past still affects me. You just don't understand. Yeah, the perps who act like victims.
Hey, just calm down.
No.
You're starting to get paranoid.
Paranoid. Wow. I want nothing to do with you people. Treat me like a motherfucking burden when you know I'm struggling, and no wonder I have suicidal thoughts. You fucking asshole. Fuck you and fuck your car.
Don't you fucking talk at that like that?
Or what? Huh? You gonna hit me? Like when we were kids?
You know, you're a real freak. I'm sick of you.
I've learned that you let people treat you a certain way for a little while, and then you suddenly stand up to them. Well then, they treat you like you're crazy. Hey,
hello. Do I know you? It's rude to cut someone off.
sorry, it's just, didn't I just see you walk past in a police uniform?
No, young man. As you can see, I'm a doctor, not a police officer. Are you all right?
Yeah, I guess so. I might just be paranoid.
Well,
Going through some personal things.
well, I am a psychologist over at the mental institution. If you need to talk, here's my card. You're not alone.
Thank you. What was that? Was I the only one who just saw that? Am I really alone? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Could you please excuse me? Are you quite all right?
Dr. Sanders,
No, I'm Dr. Phil.
the TV host.
There's no TV host named Dr. Phil. Excuse me, I'm very busy.
You guys are never gonna believe.
Hey, Jack.
What are you guys doing?
This is going on quite far enough. You're unstable.
We have to take you to the hospital before you hurt anyone else.
Get away. Don't freak out. It'll be okay. I love you. We're just trying to help you.
Well, there's no way in hell you love me. And you wouldn't say the things that you say about me or allow the things to happen to me that you do if you did. You don't love me. No one loves me. I'm leaving. I have to go.
No, you can't.
Don't put your fucking hands on me!
We love you. We just want what's best for you. Jack, you're going to hurt someone if we don't put you away. Stop being so paranoid.
Dad! No! Dad! Dad, no! Please! I'm sorry, Dad!
Get over here! Get over here!
I'm sorry!
You're under arrest!
Dad! Just wake up! Dad! Miscellany's. Look, I know I didn't push him that hard. I couldn't have. Plus, I was trying to escape. They were keeping me. I wasn't doing anything wrong, was I? Look, I know I talked about my suicidal thoughts, okay? But if you felt like you were alone in the universe, wouldn't you at least talk about it? Oh, let me guess, you want to use the God rhetoric, right? Yeah. Well, my tragedy's not your soapbox, so don't bother. I don't know. Maybe everyone was right. I am being paranoid. Maybe I do need help. Everything everyone said about me was true.
There. Now you can't hurt anyone anymore. And we can talk.
Won't hurt anyone.
You just killed your own father when the only thing he tried to do was help you.
You're right.
Our final play lets us peek into the private world of the Oval Office, where President Sidney Slider Slick will soon interact with his Chief of Staff, Lance Primus, and his wife, Sheena Slick. Patrick Rayner, the playwright, is the Commander-in-Chief. Joshua Lowry is Primus, and Pat Thomas is the First Lady. With direction by Kayla Hager, it's time to have fun with Play On, POTUS.
Yeah, I know it's important, but I could reschedule the meeting with that loser anytime I want to. I don't care if he is Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Something big came up, and it is really, really big. I gotta go. Penis just walked in. I gotta go. Put me down for next Thursday around 2 o'clock. No, just a trim this time. You know, one day soon, my head is going to be up there on Mount Rushmore with the rest of the great presidents, and my hair is going to be huge. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to build a hotel in the overhang, and I'm going to name it the Slider Inn. Yeah. I'll make a lot of money. Yeah. All right. Later. What do you want now, Penis?
Please, Mr. President, it's Primus, not penis.
Look, Preemie. I give everybody a nickname around here. That means I like you. If I didn't like you, you wouldn't have a job. But I'd still call you Penis.
Actually, Mr. President, I was doing okay before I came to work for your administration.
Yeah. Trust me, those days are over. You stick with me, Preemie. You don't have to worry about a job ever again.
That's what I'm afraid of.
What's that?
I said, if you say so, Mr. President. Here's your itinerary for scheduled appointments. I believe we have...
I hate to read. Just give me the highlights. I don't care about the details.
Very well, Mr. President. At 9:45, we have a meeting with the cabinet.
The cabinet. I handpick every single one of those turkeys, and they turn out to be just like everybody else in this town. All they do is whine. I want action, results.
With all due respect, Mr. President, perhaps if you were to assist in formulating a policy to each of our government agencies, then maybe we could begin.
Don't give me that crap. That's their job. I don't have time for that. It's my job to drain the swamp. And I owe it to the American people to do just that.
But sir, our founding fathers already drained the swamp 220 years ago. That's how they were able to build our nation's capital here.
Really? Well, they left us with a shitload of mud. And I'm slinging it as fast and as hard as I can.
Well said, Mr. President. After your cabinet meeting, you have an appointment with Chief Justice Horsley.
Canceled.
Canceled? Who canceled it?
Well, I did, just now.
Mr. President, he's been waiting weeks to see you. He wants to discuss filling the empty seat to the Supreme Court.
Waste of time. I already know who I'm going to appoint to that vacant seat on the Supreme Court.
That's good news to hear. We should publicly announce the candidate's name so we can begin the vetting process. Who is it?
Well, I'm not ready to go public yet. You see, technically, my candidate is not a lawyer yet.
Are you crazy, Mr. President?
Whoa! What's that, Creamy? Do I have to remind you I'm the most sanest, stable genius ever in the history of the world?
Yes, Mr. President. I'm sorry. I forgot. I know you are.
No, my choice for that Supreme Court seat is a great kid. And he's only 3 credits shy of getting his law degree. He should have graduated last semester from the Slider University School of Law.
But Slider School of Law lost its accreditation last year due to admission irregularities. Perhaps if you were to consider one of the many fine jurists who are loyal to the conservative policies of your administration.
No way. Besides, who would be more loyal to me than my own son?
Your son just likes it. He's not even an attorney.
Yeah, but he will be. It's only a matter of greasing the right palm or twisting the right arm. You'll see.
Congress will never confirm the appointment of a non-legal professional to the Supreme Court.
Sure they will. Look at me. I never had a job in government or politics before. And I'm the president. And besides, anybody is better than that egghead that the Democrats want. What's his face?
You mean Robert Abbott, Dean of Harvard Law?
That's the guy. That four-eyed, bald-headed doofus doesn't know the difference between his ass and a peephole drilled in a dressing room wall.
But Mr. President...
No, I don't have to do that anymore, Creamy. I don't have to do it. I can walk into any dressing room, anywhere in the country, and nobody stops the president.
Okay, then what should I tell the Chief Justice when I tell him his meeting with you has been canceled?
Tell him? Tell him nothing. 0. I outrank him anyway, don't I?
Well, yes, technically you do, but the Supreme Court's a separate branch of government. The judicial branch is independent from the executive branch.
I don't care. I'm the president, and the meeting is canceled.
That's fine, sir, but I still have to tell him something.
Tell him I'm having a secret meeting with my friends, the Russians. Or, no, the media will be all over that. Tell him I'm playing golf with the Pope. No, he's in Vegas this weekend.
Oh my.
I don't care. You tell him whatever you want.
You know, I would like to be able to tell the truth for a change.
The truth? Creamy, the truth is overrated. Okay? I didn't get elected by the American people by telling them the truth. I got elected by telling them what they think they need to hear. And they believe me. No, the truth can be bad. Very, very bad. The truth is the enemy of the people.
You don't really believe that, do you, Mr. President?
Well, I don't believe in much, Preemy, but I believe that. Anywho, what else do I have today?
You have a fundraiser in Virginia this evening for the re-election campaign of Senator Ed Deals.
Shady deals? He didn't ante up from the last fundraiser we threw for him.
His campaign was very appreciative of your help getting him elected.
Not appreciative enough. I didn't see any cash from that deal. I think it was Harry Truman who said, "The buck stops here."
But sir, I think what he meant was that the president must make the final decisions.
Don't be naive. I know what he meant. And I know a con man when I see one.
In any event, Helicopter 1 will be here to pick you up from the White House lawn at 5:45.
Good, Preemy. Now, we'll see you later. Oh, and send in the third wife. I mean the first wife. First lady. I mean the first lady. Send in the first lady.
Yes, Mr. President.
There, my precious, handsome POTUS.
Madam First Lady. You know, I don't know how you came up with that nickname for me, but I like it. And I like it a lot. It's so manly, so powerful. POTUS. And you know something? I think you really started something. A lot of people are calling me POTUS.
Well, POTUS is so official, but I love my own nickname for you, my little inchworm.
I told you never to call me Inchworm in the White House, Mrs. Inchworm. Everything is recorded.
I don't care. Let them listen to the sound of you snoring every night.
I never snore. Do I?
Yes, you do. You start snoring about 5 minutes after we go to bed. About a minute after we make love.
You know, that's why I divorced my first two wives.
Oh, not enough love making.
No, snoring. Young women don't snore.
Well, then I guess when I'm older, I have something to look forward to.
What's that?
When you're older, you won't be able to hear so well, and my snoring won't bother you so much.
As long as you keep doing that thing that you do so good.
In my business, that's what they call pro bono. But I might start charging you for it, sort of a quid pro quo.
Don't change a thing about that thing you do.
Oh,
No quid pro quo.
don't worry, Inchworm. I look forward to those 2 minutes of passion every night. Oh, I wanted to thank you for inviting my friends to the White House this evening. When I was a working girl in this town, I never dreamed of being in the White House one day. I'm a role model for every escort in Washington.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
Oh.
I have cleared my schedule so that I can greet your lady friends myself. I mean, after all, your friends are my friends too, right?
No.
And I'm so excited about it. Now I know how Hugh Hefner must have felt.
Don't be naughty, Sydney. I'm sure you're gonna recognize a few familiar faces among my friends. You better behave yourself.
Well, I'm not so good at faces anymore, but I never forget but I don't get around as much as I want to. Can't get around as much as I used to. So this is perfect. And I don't want your friends to be intimidated by me because I'm the president. I want them to feel comfortable. So I'm thinking of wearing my presidential bathrobe.
Oh, don't you dare, Cindy. You're a married man now. Mwah. I gotta go get ready. Meet me downstairs in 20 minutes.
Okay. Oh, and Sheena, would you wear that tight little black leather thing? You know, the one with the zippers all the way.
You're a wicked man, POTUS.
Yes. The First Lady and I will be entertaining private guests in various rooms throughout the White House. And we do not wish to be observed. I mean disturbed. So dismiss everyone in the White House relatively. Yeah. What's that? In 20 minutes. Yeah. Meatloaf. The onion soup.
Mr. President, the White House operations chief just informed me he had a very disturbing phone call from you. You ordered him to clear the staff from the building for the rest of the day. He's very unnerved by that phone call. It is unprecedented and highly irregular that the president dismissed his entire staff.
It was a perfect phone call. It was perfect. Creamy, forget the phone call. I'm going to be out of the Oval Office for a few hours this afternoon, and I'd like you to do what I generally have you do in those circumstances. You run the country for me.
Mr. President, you know how uncomfortable I am acting as president and making decisions that you should be making. I mean, if the American public ever found out that it was me and not you, formulating policy, issuing directives, making decisions, there would be widespread outrage.
Creamy, take it easy. Widespread outrage is good. It's making America great again. You'll do a good job. Every time I turn it over to you, my approval rating goes up 15 points. It's a win-win. No one will ever know. Good luck, Creamy.
One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, relax, it's me. Strike any instruction the president gave you earlier today. I'll take it from here. Yes, again.
like to introduce you to the playwrights and the directors who are here. So if you want to speak to us, so I'm one of the playwrights. Alfreda, if you'd stand as a playwright.